Most people think the AI story is about better tools. It is not. The real story is about implementation. Because right now, a lot of businesses are saying they use AI, but very few are actually turning that usage into business value. That is the gap. And if you're a founder, operator, or business owner, that gap matters more than tool itself. Thomas Reuters just warned that firms that are operationalizing AI are pulling ahead, while those that are not starting to take on real risk across talent, clients, and revenue, that is a serious warning because it means AI is no longer just a nice to have experiment. It is becoming a competitive requirement. And the Canadian data makes the problem even cleaner. IBM found that Canadian organizations are adopting AI, but governance, workforce readiness, and accountability are struggling to keep pace. In other words, companies are moving fast on the surface, but the internal systems are not keeping up. That is where a lot of AI efforts break. A team buys tool, people start using them in different ways, nobody fully owns the process, nobody defines the standard, nobody measures the result, and then 6 months later, the business still cannot answer the most important question. What did AI actually improve? That is the real problem. Not adoption, implementation. Because adoption means people are trying something. Implementation means the thing is actually working inside the business. And here is why this matters even more for founders. If AI is not tied to a process, it creates confusion. And if AI is not tied to accountability, it creates risk. And if AI is not tied to a measurable output, it creates noise. That is why the companies that win will not be the ones with the most AI tools, they will be the ones with the clearest systems. So let me make this practical. If you want to use AI properly in your business, do not start with 10 use cases. Start with one workflow, one repeated process, one part of the business that is slow, expensive, or inconsistent. That could be lead qualification, that could be customer support, that could be sales, that could be proposal drafting, that could be content repurposing, that could be onboarding, that could be any process of your business, just like summarizing the meetings, creating internal SOPs, or I would say pick any one area that you're wasting time every week, then make that one process better. Because if AI does not save time, does not reduce friction, or did not improve output, it is just another distraction. And that is what more businesses do not need right now. They do not need more distraction. They need more execution. They need clearer systems. They need better decision making. They need repeatable workflows that actually move the business forward. And that is the message behind all of this. AI is ready, but most firms are not. The companies that figure this out early will save time, reduce chaos, and pull ahead. The companies that ignore it will keep buying tools without building leverage. So, there is one thing I want you to take away from this video. Do not ask what AI tool should I use. Ask what business process should AI improve first. That is the question that changes everything. If this was useful, subscribe for more practical business first AI breakdowns. And if you want the sharper, behind the scene version of this thinking, join the newsletter too. That is where I share the systems, frameworks, and opportunities before they become obvious. Link is in the description.